Everyone, it's almost done. I promise. We were in game 16, the second game of the doubleheader against the Burglars. We lost a tough one, 3-0. We also lost our starter, Jess Trujillo, who got injured in the first inning. Let's get this one over with, right? We'd brought a couple of players in right at the end of that game. In between these two, we brought in Devin Schultz to replace Ward Handspringer. That was a chemistry move. And in place of them, it was Vincente Vainman who got released by the favorites in place of Giselle Patton, who I think will actually... No, we're not going to give her the start today just because I want to see her potentially be brought in. I hope she gets juiced, stimulated in this game. Let's get started with it. Just a lot of suffering throughout this entire lineup. Position swap for Jack Mars. Jack, you're going to be playing second base. Skylar Stewart is locked in. We're going to put her at short, and then Sullivan Reddier at third. Forrest, sure, you can have another game where you DH. Our Panthers tense right now. Skylar Stewart's locked in. You know what? Let's give her the second spot in the lineup here. Then we'll do Jack Mars, followed by Tucker Long. Followed by Rocco Marshall. He almost hit a home run in the last game. Vito Cummings gets the start now because Vincente Vainman has now finally been released. And Artichoke Taverna? No, Turp Woodard will continue to start there. Tense Colby Foster is on the bench, so that means Tier 2 wild thrower Rocco Marshall will be in right field. This team sucks. Let's go ahead and go to our home uniform to end this season. Homer Harden on the mound, our worst pitcher. All right, let's get started. We'll be facing off against the Burglars lineup that only put up 3 runs against a bullpen game pretty much. So see how far Homer Harden can get into this matchup. The wait is over. The end of the season is upon us, finally. The Burglars looking to try and finish the season on a high note, heading into the playoffs. The favorites looking to try and finish this season, period, so that we can get to the offseason and start making some decisions to impact this team in a positive way. Palm Ayala will lead things off against Homer Harden. Quick grounder to third base. Sullivan Reddier will toss to first, out number 1. Good start for Homer. Slew Connolly will be starting in left field today. The catcher will move to left field. We saw Ibarra get injured in the last one, and I think it was Cabrera who did not play well after him, so he remains tense. So that'll give Slew Connolly the start in left. Good contact hitter, batting .320, 3-1 count, and fouled one off, so full count here for Homer Harden. And a liner right to Tucker Long, who snags that one out of the air, and that'll be out number 2. Dipper Bellotto steps in, had a big game, responsible for 2 of the runs scored. He'll pop up immediately, and that'll be playable for Harden. Catches that to end the inning. So 1-2-3 spot for Homer Harden in the top of the first, and didn't even get injured. So that's pretty impressive. Dominic Barton of the Burglars will take to the mound for the Burglars. 4.32 ERA, not having a good year. 204 whip, and 10 strikeouts. Forrest Ponce hits one hard and high to deep center field, but it's going to die. Palmayala catches that for out number 1. Skylar Stewart, who went 2 for 3, I believe, in the last game. She comes up batting .385. Locked in. Takes the first pitch ball. First strike there. 1-1 count. And dribbler off the end of the bat. Easy play for Bellotto to first for out number 1. And that'll be a mojo drop for Skylar Stewart. Jack Mars is locked in, batting .356, 7 home runs, 14 RBIs. He's looking to have a big game to try and climb up the MVP ladder here. Little hack activates on an 0-1 count. Takes ball 1 high. Strike two just inside. Little hack again. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Jack Mars will swing through strike three. That's not what we want to see from our MVP. Well, our MVP, our best hitter. 1-2-3 for Barton against our lineup. Kai Plum will come up batting .325. Still locked in. 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. Homer with a tough task today. We need him to go a long ways to try and help save the bullpen. 1-2 count here. Kai Plum takes ball 2, check swing there. And a dribbler up the middle. Nice easy play from Jack Mars. Backhands and tosses to first for out number 1. Glass Snyder will be the DH today. Still slow out of the box, batting .216. He was quiet yesterday. Tier 3 outside pitch, and he sends it to deep right center field. And that's going to get out of here. Home run for former outlaw Glass Snyder. The old man can still hack it. 392 and a one-out homer here in the second inning will give the Burglars all of the run support that they need to get the victory here today. Now Ryu is tense, 244, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. He's got tier 3 outside pitch as well. Homer Harden did not put that ball in the right spot against Glass Snyder. This time he goes inside and Ryu sends it the other way. Going into left field, he'll get his mojo back and 2 consecutive hits here. Mohammed Turnpike, former burner, I believe, who turned his game on its head in that season 3 season against the Outlaws. He gets a grounder right past Tucker Long, who's in a really awkward spot. Runner has to hold before making sure it goes through. And bases are first and second. Another hit here, so 3 consecutive hits for the Burglars, and now Homer Harden is tense. Caden Avery comes up, still looking for his first hit of the season. We'll see if he can do that before the season ends. Pops one foul there, 1-1 count with 1 out. A nice grounder could do wonders, and that's going to be a big hit. He gets his first hit of the season, and with the runners going on the pitch, the hit and run works successfully as Cannon Avery comes through with a big double there. 2-run score from first and second, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Burglars. Cannon Avery standing on second base, finally getting the monkey off his back right before the playoffs. Carmelo Lansley comes up. He's first time seeing him this season, I believe. He has tier 3 first pitch pitch perfect, but it's not activated in this game. Grounder foul, 1-2 count. Homer Harden still tense after giving up 4 consecutive hits, starting with that Glass Snyder home run. A grounder off the end of the bat. Tucker Long easily steps on first to get to out number 2. Cannon Avery will advance to third. With 2 outs, runner on third base for Pam Ayala, 0 for 1 today. Good defender, decent contact, weak power. Doesn't matter. She'll get a home run. That one just off the top of the fence. That's a 2-run shot for Pam Ayala. As I was saying, the weaker contact is of her traits. She hits one out. Or weaker power of her traits. And it's 5-0 here in the top of the second. So Homer Harden, after getting a 1-2-3 first inning, is getting beat around here. He's now rattled after 30 pitches here in the second inning. Pop foul there, 1-1 count to Slew Connolly. Pushed foul there will be out. Strike number 2 with 2 outs. Ball 2 just misses the outside corner. Ball 3 just misses the outside corner. Full count with 2 outs for Slew. And he'll ground straight to Skylar Stewart at short. Toss across the diamond for out number 3. But 5 runs come across on 5 hits for the Burglars in inning number 2. And any chance we had of trying to win this last game of the season is kind of out the door at this point. You can see the energy sucked right out of my commentary here. Tucker Long grounds to the catcher, but it's picked up foul. Another hit, same result. There's ball 1 inside. Popped foul up behind the plate, ranging back as Turnpike. He'll catch that for out number 1. So even our good hitters can't do anything today. Rocco Marshall comes up batting 231. He almost hit a home run to left field in the last game, but got robbed by the left fielder. 1-1 count here. And lofted into right field. Calling that is the right fielder Lansley, and he'll catch that for out number 2. And Vito Cummings, who's batting 357 on the season, has Tier 1 first pitch slayer here. Dominic Barton has Tier 3 meltdown, but imagine trying to get 4 consecutive hits to see that kick in. We do see Cummings get on base here with 2 outs. So stranger things have happened. See if Sullivan Red-Ear can reach base. His average has dropped all the way down to 233, and he'll get a base hit to left field or to left center field. Ayala comes up throwing. It's going to be 2 back-to-back singles here, and as I said, meltdown. We'll see if we can trigger it here. We need, I think, 2 more hits to be able to activate that trait. Marv Panther will come up. He's tense. Red-Ear still tense despite the base hit. Getting a first pitch strike is Barton. There's a ball inside. 1-1. Way outside for ball 2 on the curveball. Taken strike 2, so 2-2 count here with 2 outs. Marv Panther will ground to the left side. Dipper Bellato with a very strong arm. He's quick to scoop it and toss to first. That'll end the inning and the momentum. So we got 2 consecutive hits with 2 outs, but couldn't get anything else going. And no, we don't get to see meltdown activate in the bottom of the second. Dipper Bellato is locked in. Homer Hardin, rattled, gets pulled off the mound for Cairo Cohen here in the 3rd inning. Cairo, good luck, man, because you need to go a long ways, and you're already tired. Not at full stamina, I guess, at 3/4. 0-2 count, and a liner right to Tucker Long. So a nice start here against the hottest hitter in the lineup. Kai Plum still locked in despite being hitless today, and I think in the last game. He did induce a walk, which helped, but Cairo gets foul there, 1-1 count. Pop foul once again, 1-2 count now. Can he get the put-out pitch? Nope, it's going to stay just, make contact there to stay alive. 1-2. And a grounder foul the other way. Staying alive, fouling off a few pitches here. 2-2 now. Ball low. Full count for Plum. Cohen gets composed. It doesn't matter. He walks Kai Plum. Losing him after getting ahead 0-2. Glass Snyder, 1-for-1 with a solo home run today. Tier 3 outside pitch. Takes a elite slider for strike 1. Good speed over there at first base. With 1 out. 0-2. Won't chase inside. Won't chase inside. Swings through strike 3 at the top of the zone, and Snyder gets hurt there on the swing. See if we can find out what happened there. Meniscus tear. So Glass Snyder, he gets his home run, and that might be, Jesus Christ, Lionel Ryu with a blast to left field. A no-doubt shot. Steals that pitch and takes it to the trash can. 443. His 3rd home run and 11th RBI of the season make it a 7-0 ball game, and Cairo Cohen continues to be awful for us. 2 outs. Muhammad Turnpike comes up 1-for-1 with a single down the first baseline last time up. Cairo gets a strike there. He's tense. 20th pitch of the inning for him is a ball. Pop foul there. 2-2. 2 outs. Hit hard to left field, carrying, but looks like it's going to hang up right in front of the wall for Vito Cummings to end the inning finally. But a 2-run shot from Lionel Rio, and also Glass Snyder injuring himself. Meniscus tear might be the end of his career there. He might be able to muscle through the playoffs, but the home run might be his last hit of his career. We'll maybe monitor that in the offseason if I remember. 0-2 count there. Turf Woodard falls behind. Barton pitching well beyond his the rest of the season has been for him. His ERA has already dropped to 3.48. Turf stays alive. 1-2 count. Way late on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's strike three. Forrest Ponce flew out to center field. Nice contact, but deepest part of the park, it wasn't going to carry. And that was... All right, cool. He's got a base hit. Probably the first time he has reached base safely since maybe like the second or third game of the season. Base hit with one out, and he's standing on first base at neutral mojo to see if he can potentially steal a base here against a really strong arm in Muhammad Turnpike. Skylar Stewart takes strike one, takes strike two. Ball inside. Forrest not moving yet. Skylar will line up the middle. Back-to-back hits for the favorites with one out. First and second. Mojo boost for Skylar Stewart. She's back to locked in. Jack Mars comes up 0 for 1. Struck out last time. We'll see if he can get a hold of one here. Barton in trouble. Little Hack activates. First pitch strike. Jack will take ball one inside. Little Hack gone. Swings at strike two. Little Hack back. 1-2 count. Jack will line right to Bellotto. Toss over to second base, but back safely is Forrest Ponce, and that'll be a tough out number two. Tucker Long's average dropping down to 310 now. He's been at 5 RBIs for a while, still looking for his first home run of his career. We'll see if he can get it in this game. First pitch swinging, he fouls it back, followed by a ball high. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Chase is way out of the zone here. Strike two. And a fastball, but in on his hands, and he pops up to first base. That'll end the inning. So 2 hits strung together, but then left stranded for our 2 hottest hitters. And it's still 7-0 heading to the top of the 4th. I don't blame you if you're done watching this content at this point, but I just want us to get to season 2. I just want to see what we can do once we can finally get control of what we do with the team. Cannon Avery had a 2 RBI double. This one lines right to Stewart for out number 1. Carmelo Lansley comes up 0 for 1. Batting .250 with 1 home run. Cairo Cohen will stay out there. He is at the end of his day, getting very tired, approaching the 30-pitch mark. 2-1 count after that foul ball. And hit hard to deep center field, getting back on it is Marv Panther, getting on his horse and running it down and at the warning track for out number 2. Very hard hit ball. Not as hard as Lionel Ryu, but it was close. Pamayala had a 2-run homer in her last at-bat. She swings at the first pitch and grounds to short. The 1-2-3 inning for Cairo Cohen, finally showing some promise, but again, at the point of the season where it doesn't matter, and also when he is at the end of his stamina. Rocco Marshall, 0 for 1. Looking for a pitch on the outside part of the plate. Dominic Barton getting tired. Inside there for ball 2. 46 pitches already for Barton. This one lofted into right field, but it's going to hang up for Lansley. Easy out number 1. Good contact there for Marshall. Vito had a base hit last time. 1 for 1 with a single, batting .400. First pitch Slayer. It's going to be a ball low. 1-1 now. Right in the middle of the zone, but it's going to die in right field again. Carmelo Lansley with another easy catch there. And Vito Cummings missed a good opportunity on a good pitch. Or on a pitch right in the zone. Here comes Sullivan, who got a base hit last time. Takes the ball high. See if he can finish on a high note. Grounder right to second base. That'll be an easy play for the second baseman. That'll end the inning. Cairo Cohen, 30 pitches in. He should get pulled here. And he will. Chris Blopside, who has pitched the last 3 consecutive games now, will come in to replace him. Immediately serves one up to Slew Connolly to right center field, and that'll get out just over the fence. Oh, my God. 422 for Slew Connolly, his second home run. Solo shot, 4th RBI, and it's an 8-0 ball game. So Crisp lopside. Not doing much better. Dipper Bellato 0 for 2, but still locked in. Tier 2 reverse splits against him. We're in the top of the 5th, just 2 innings left in the season for the favorites, and it has been about as bad as you could have guessed. Base hit up the middle. Crisp not able to get a glove on it, and that will be 2 consecutive hits here against Crisp lopside. Kai Plum comes up. He's still locked in 0 for 1 with a walk. Great speed over there at first base. First pitch strike against Kai. That one just catches the corner. Strike 2. And that one's going to die in center field. Calling it as Marv Panther. Retreating back to first is Bellato. There's out number 1. Glass Snyder staying in this game. I think he's going to get pulled here, as they don't pull the DH until he comes back up, I think. Yep. Berger Pineda comes in. I think he had an RBI base hit in his last game. Maybe I'm wrong. He's 10th still. And has reverse splits active against him. And he gets a base hit up the middle. So 2 on. Cannon arm from Marv Panther, just showing that he's still trying. And Pineda gets his mojo back. Lionel Ryu, 2 for 2 with a home run and a single. 2 RBIs. He had a huge 2-run homer in his last at-bat against Cairo Cohen. Gets an outside pitch there and pops it foul. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Good speed at second. Infield a double play depth. Crisp lopside getting to the end of his day. There's his 15th pitch, is ball 2. 2-2 count. Pop foul and out of place. Still throwing on the outside part of the plate, which he shouldn't be. And a grounder to second, or a short. Stewart over to Mars. Over to Long. Ends the inning, finally. But a home run to lead things off for Slew Connolly extends it to an 8-0 ball game. And 6 outs left in the favorites' season. The inaugural season as we took over this team after running 3 championship series with the Outlaws in 3 seasons. This is how what the results look like for our first year with the favorites. Not nearly as good as what we saw last season. And a pop-up from Panther. Caught for Kai Plum in shallow center field for out number 1. Turf Woodard. I want to put this on fast forward. Turf Woodard comes up over 1. Dominic Barton approaching the 60-pitch mark. He looks like an ace. He's locked in. He looks like an ace in this game. Turf gets stolen by Cannon Avery. Magic Hands activates as he dives to his left, stabs that out of the air, and that'll be out number 2. So even when we hit the ball hard, it goes right at somebody. Forrest Ponce got a base hit last time somehow. He falls behind 0-2 here with 2 outs. And a grounder to second. Kai Plum to Ryu. Out number 3. So we head to the end of the season. Top of the 6th will be Turnpike Avery Lansley. 1 for 2 is Turnpike. Please pull Crisp. Nope, they're going to keep him in. Oh, God. The decisions for this pitching staff is maddening. Gets ahead 0-2 here. Turnpike way outside, and he takes for ball 1. And a grounder off the end of the bat. Jack Mars will toss the first. That's out number 1. Can we please pull Crisp? Cannon Avery 1 for 2. Mila McKay gets brought in to replace Crisp. Locked in McKay. Her stamina is about half right now. She just needs to get 2 outs. 0-2 count against Avery. And pulled foul there. Just making good contact, but just fighting off a bunch of pitches. Ball there. And a grounder through the left side. So Cannon with his 2nd hit of the year. And McKay will lose mojo. Cannon gets mojo. And Carmelo Lansley will come up with 1 out and a runner on first. 0 for 2 today. 235, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Takes ball high. And pulled foul there off the end of the bat. 1-1 count. No speed over at first. Pulled another one foul and gets ahead in the count here. McKay goes 1-2. Another foul, spoiling off a good pitch from McKay. And doing the same there. 1-2 once again. We'll do it again. And another foul. Good battle here for Lansley. Ball off the glove of Turf Woodard, allowing the Cannon Avery to advance to second base. Crossed up there, and I believe it won't be a mojo drop for Woodard. On a base hit through the right side, Cannon Avery will hold at third. Palm Ayala comes up. 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. McKay still staying in despite she has nothing left in the tank. Palm Ayala pommels one. Right off the wall in dead center field. 1 run scores, and that's going to be a double for Palm Ayala. Jesus, just barely missed a home run, her second of the game. Slew Connolly another one with a home run. They finally pull McKay for Butters. We're in the top of the 6th. We cannot get this game over fast enough. 1 out. Runners on second and third with great speed. Slew Connolly with already 1 home run today. Batting .321 on the year. 1-2 count. Inside ball 2. Ball 3. Full count now for Butters against Connolly. And ball 4 inside. Okay.
The shortstop, number 16, Dipper Volato.
Dipper's still locked in. Tier 2 reverse splits active against him. Volato 1 for 3 today with a base hit. He's been more quiet than usual, but a big opportunity for him to break things open here. More than they already have. 2-1 count. Butters with a good amount of velocity, but not much accuracy to work with. Full count with 1 out. Volato will pull it through the right side into right field. Rocco Marshall comes up throwing. Second runner coming home and just ahead of the sliding, or just ahead of the ball coming home. Nice throw from Rocco Marshall, but not a strong arm. I think Colby Foster in right field, if he's not tense, actually makes that play, but a base hit scoring 2. Tucker Long with a nice liner there that he's able to catch for out number 2. Please just end this game already. Bertram Pineda comes up 1 for 1 with a single. Tense Larry Butters with tier 2 reverse splits active against Bellato. Or not, sorry, not Bellato, Pineda. Gets ahead 0-2 here with 2 outs. Inside ball 1. Larry, come on, finish him off. Ball 2 inside. And there's a fastball, but just foul. There's strike 3 called. Pineda loses mojo. Butters gets out of the inning, but not before 3 runs come across to score. And Dominic Barton going for the complete game shutout against the favorites to close the season out. We'll start with number 2 hitter. Oh, Larry Butters, elbow pain. Everyone's going down with injuries, so Larry ends the season with an injury. Skylar Stewart, she's locked in. She falls behind 0-2, fouls one off there. It gets down in foul territory. This one pulled just over the leaping Lionel Ryu in first base. Goes into right field and a leadoff single for Skylar Stewart. Jack Mars, it'd be nice for you to finish things off with a big home run. How about that? Let's finish your season strong. Dominic Barton gets pulled for Amelia Gibbs. Has tier 1 reverse splits not active. And into center or left center field, it gets just over the glove of the shortstop. Heading to second base is Jack Mars. Cannon arm activates for Ayala. Skylar Stewart slides into third base safely, and big double from Jack Mars to keep himself from going hitless. He'll be staying on second base, Skylar Stewart on third, and Amelia Gibbs has tier 3 surrounded activated against her with Tucker Long coming up. Gets a fastball but pulls it foul. 1-1 count here. Tucker Long takes an off-speed pitch for a strike. 1-2 count. And pulled to shortstop. Runner scores, and Jack Mars has to retreat back to second base, so the shutout gets ruined by Skylar Stewart scoring there on the ground out from Tucker Long. And on second base is Jack Mars with Rocco Marshall coming up. against Amelia Gibbs, who no longer has... Jack Marr is heading to third, gets caught in a rundown on a grounder to second base, and Amelia Gibbs trying to chase him down. Can't do it. Kai Plum will do it. He's the one that started the whole thing. That'll be out number 2 on a fielder's choice. Rocco Marshall standing on first. Vito Cumming, 1 for 2 with a single. Tier 1 first pitch slayer. Fouled there. 2 outs, and this is our last hope in an 11-1 ball game in the bottom of the 6th. 0-2 count. Ball 1 just outside. And a liner into center is going to get down in front of Palm Ayala. First and second with 2 outs. So Vito Cummings with a 2-hit day to end his season. Sullivan Reddier, 1 for 2 with a single. Ball low. Swings through strike 1. See if he can end on a high note. 2-1 count. He takes strike 2 at the top of the zone. Surrounded, activated, and Sullivan, what a swing. That's the way the season ends, folks. The Burglars take game 2 of this doubleheader, 11-1. We score our last run in the 6th inning. That's how our season ends, and it couldn't come soon enough. Ponce got a base hit. That was a surprise. Stewart did pretty well. 2 for 3. She ends the season with a 438 average. 1 for 3 day for Jack Mars. He got into a rundown there. There in the 6th inning. Wasted out. Tucker Long 0 for 3 with an RBI. Rocco Marshall 0 for 3. Vito Cummings 2 for 3. Sullivan Reddier 1 for 3, and then hitless for Marv Panther and Turf Woodard. The other side, hits all around. Home runs from Ayala, from Connolly, from Glass Snyder. He tore his meniscus on a strikeout later in the game. Got replaced by Pineda. Leonel Ryu with a home run and 2 RBIs from Cannon Avery, as well as Dipper Bellato. So just base hits and RBIs galore, home runs galore for the Burglars. Harden goes 2 innings, 2+ innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 home runs. Gets the loss. Cohen, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 home run, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Chris Bobside, 1 1/3, 3 hits, 1 home run, and 1 earned run. Mila McKay did not get an out. She gave up 3 hits and 3 earned runs, and then Larry Butters comes in 2/3 of an inning. Gives up 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and he also injured his arm in the process. Dominic Barton came in, almost got a complete game shutout. Goes 5+ innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, and 2 strikeouts. Amelia Gibbs struggles in her relief appearance. Goes 1 inning, gives up 2 hits and 1 strikeout. Barton with the win. Ayala, Ryu, and Cannon Avery are your top 3 to end the season. Oh my God, where do we go from here? Jack Mars didn't have a good finish, and I think that's not enough for him to make it to the into the number 1 spot, unless a lot of other teams did way worse. What do I do here between these two? I'll drop McKay. She's already really low loyalty. If she doesn't come back, that's fine. Potentially can bring her back later. She was okay. Let's finish the season off here. And we go 3-13. Worst team in the division, in the league by far. Next worst team was the Rippers and the Marauders. We had the worst run differential as well at -41. Burglars have the top team in the league at a 12-4 record. Die Bombers 10-6, Protectors 10-6, Scroungers at 9-7. Actually, no, the Skimmers at 9-7 with a +9 run differential will end up getting the 4th wild card spot. Scroungers just miss out with a -4 run differential. On the other side, the Sewer Sneaks will be the number 1 seed, followed by the Outlaws, so they continue to be successful. They make it to the playoffs for their 4th consecutive year. It will be the Pythons and the Burners that will be your 2 wild card spots, as the Blurs, again, another heartbreaker for them. They tie with the Pythons and the Burners, but 3 runs separate the Burners and the Blurs. So it'll be those three teams, or sorry, those two teams as the wild card. All right, let's see. Quick peek at what happened since the game ended. There's a little development happening here. A lot of development happening here. A lot of stuff going on. Hold on. Where are we at? What's going on here? Come on. Okay, so since that game ended, holy moly. Jay's Tattersall gets dropped. Zuri Herman gets dropped. Cole Ferguson gets dropped. Rocco Marshall just randomly loses wild thrower, so that's good. He's still a bad player, but he's 19. Marshall Rhodes gets dropped. Development for Marv Panther. Marauders will bring in Porter, replacing Mulberry Hatmore. Development for Giselle Patton. It's cheap. Werner Walter gets replaced. He's 26. Let's see. Dub McMahon replaces Vincent Valdez. Vincent Valdez. Cash Duffy gets dropped by the Rippers. Lucas Stone gets dropped by the Blurs. Turf Woodard with some development potentially. Forrest Ponce gets one contact. What a joke. Sullivan Reddier with a development opportunity. Pretend South gets signed, replacing Anthony Jeterson. 4 junk for Cairo Cohen. Jackson Nielsen gets brought in, replacing Vincent Castro. Development for Jess Trujillo. She gets injured, but then she gets a changeup to help her out. Jericho House with development. A chance for crossed up is never good. Anyone else of note here? I'm just going to skip through those. Cairo Cohen with some development. Marv Panther gets boosted to secondary position of all infield and outfield. That's a shame because I don't know if we're bringing him back. He was just not good offensively for us. Good defender, but we'll see if we can potentially replace him. Looking at development before the season ends, Cairo Cohen, accuracy and velocity, chance for more, and an extra pitch. I'll definitely do that, so let's do that now. 1 accuracy, 1 velocity, does not get the extra accuracy. Does he get a new pitch? He does not get that either. All right. No for Giselle Patton, not interested in developing her. Jericho House. You know what? This will be our decision on whether we decide to bring him back or not if he gets this crossed off trait. So let's give him the development here. 1 velocity, 1 junk, -1 accuracy. No extra velocity. Any chance for more junk? He does not get that. Will he get crossed up? He does not. Okay, so a little bit of extra development for him. Marv Panther going to pass on power and speed. But a chance for him to only play infield. I don't know if I like that. I'm not going to do it. I am going to do this for Sullivan Reddier. He has had a really miserable stretch, but he needs a little boost before the offseason. He does not get the extra arm. Will he get the rally starter trait? I don't really care. He does not. Okay, so he gets a +4 there. Turf Woodard, I don't think we want to spend any money on him, so we'll call that a day. And then we are going to take a look at league leaders before we take a look at team stats. Jack Mars ends with number 5 in the top 10 voting, and it looks like the Cy Young and MVP is going to be Valentino Mastiff. Skylar Rocket will get the Silver Slugger, Gold Glove, whatever you want to call it. He is the best hitter in the league, so they will both get the white glove treatment. Heading over to the rest of these stats, batting average, no one shows up here. B-Tent does overcome Skylar Rocket there at the end. 7 home runs, so Jack Mars leads the league in home runs. Nice power output for him. He also ties for second with RBIs. Number 3 for slugging. Number, 6 for OPS. Jack Mars, number 2 in base hits, or extra base hits. Number 9, tied for 7 with 17 hits. Reddier with 14 strikeouts, so he ends in number 2 spot, which is sad. See, Jack Mars run scored 10. Nobody for stolen bases. 2 caught stealing for Marv Panther. And pitching wise, really quiet for our team. Asher Garcia does finish with 19 strikeouts. Cumulo and Jess still stay in the walks per 9 and strikeouts per walk category, but that is about it. So that's a shame. Let's go find Mastiff on the Sewer Sneaks and Skylar Rocket on the Dive Bombers and give them the quick Gold Glove treatment. Let me check time. Okay, we're still good. So we'll head over to Dive Bombers first. Skylar Rocket. You know, it's funny, I clocked him right when we started this series, but he looked even better than he does now. And it looks, let's go over here to his, we'll leave all of this. Give his glove the white glove treatment. No. Yeah, we're going to make it 7 for all those. If you're not familiar with what's happening here, every season I will take the top offensive and pitching player from the top 10 at the end of the season, and I will give them a white gloves and a white bat to commemorate their success in the league. We've had a few players that have seen that treatment. We can go peek at those too in just a second. So the gear stays the same, but I make them as white as we can. So it's easier to find that color for other teams, but also so that it stands out when you see them playing. So just to give you a quick peek at what this looks like. Oh, yes, we want to save that. Asher Garcia, I believe in season 9 or season 3, actually, he got this treatment. And you can see his gear, all 7s for everything here, all white, because he was the Cy Young winner in, I believe, season 3. All right, who else was I going for? The Sewer Sneaks. Find Valentino Mastiff, 38-year-old veteran, getting the Cy Young and MVP win under his belt. I'll just add this to number 8. All right, and we can't do anything to that one. Let's do this. I know they don't even get a chance to bat, but I'm doing it just for the sake of consistency. And man, I kind of hate these colors for the Sewer Sneaks. We'll see if I ever end up having to be part of their team. But there, Valentino Mastiff gets the Gold Glove or the White Glove treatment. And I'm trying to see if there's other players that can stand out here. Where are guys like Tony Centercut and I'm looking for Rock Quintana. So Rock got the this white glove treatment there. Miss our old guy. He's rattled. Wonder how his season went. Ooh, he did not do well. Poor guy misses us. Yeah, tier 1 off-speed hitter will do that. Poor guy getting the raw end of the deal. I'm sucked in and I'm really curious to see how Tony Centercut did. Look at the A player. Ugh. Let's see how he did. Oopsie. He got the white glove treatment there. A homerless season for him? Oh no, Tony. Oh, Tony. He had 2 doubles and that was it. What a terrible season for him. My boys are are flailing without me. Oh, that's so sad. All right, I'm getting way off track here. Let's go back to our team and take a look at stats just to see what we can come up with here. So Forrest Ponce was a huge abject failure. He had 2 stolen bases with his stealer trait, but he got caught stealing once, and he was a 154 average. So I would be happy to get rid of him. I would have done it sooner, but figured why not keep him just in case when we don't care anyways. Skylar Stewart, decent in her spotty playing time, 438 average. Surprised me. Good defender, and the offense is popping up a little bit here. So I wouldn't mind bringing her back. She's cheap as well and young. Jack Mars, of course, all star, amazing. Happy to see him succeed. So we'll definitely be bringing him back in any way we possibly can. Tucker Long was decent. He's not really fitting our chemistry, but he did well in his limited time with us. Rocco Marshall, I don't know. Could be a young development option. Vito Cummings surprised me, but again, not really a starter. Sullivan Reddier was great to begin with the first half of the season and then faded really hard. Was really disappointed in how he played towards the end of the season. Marv Panther is 28. I don't know if he's going to be coming back. Turf Woodard, I said, would be fine bringing him back as a backup catcher, not a starter. I like Colby. I think he's got promise, but he's still got a long way to go. He's got to be a backup that develops. And then the rest of these I don't care about. Pitching wise, Asher Garcia was our best pitcher by far. I wish he was still a little bit more dominant, but I was very happy to see what he did this year. Poor guy didn't get any run support. Kimila Lawrence had a bad last game, but overall I thought she was pretty good. Jess Trujillo, same thing. She got injured, but her season's now over. Homer Harden, I don't care if I bring him back or not. Will just depend on salary and everything like that. Cairo Cohen was so disappointing for how good he is. I was really hopeful for him to be a star on this team. Larry Butters, kind of careless about him. Amelia McKay, don't really care. Jericho House, I feel, is a promising prospect for us. I want him to be the worst pitcher on our team. And I don't know if that'll happen. Chris Blopside, another disappointment. He is way better than he showed. And so I don't know if that's worth bringing him back or not, but tough decisions I'll have to make as we do commit a bunch of money towards them. Now it's just a matter of whether it makes sense for us to spend it on them or not. So evaluation here, I'd bring back the top 3 in the rotation here unless we can see some like really promising prospect. Homer can stay or go, don't care. I want to give Cairo and Crisp another chance. I like Jericho House as a young prospect. Larry and Amelia, I think, need to be replaced. On the, I guess I'll look at it this way. I would like to see Turf come back as a backup catcher. Artichoke can go. Don't care either way. Tucker Long, I'd like to find a better replacement at first base for him, but wouldn't hate to bring him back at 4.7 if he can stay there. That would be really nice. Jack Mars, planning to bring him back. Skylar Stewart, planning to bring her back. Is a nice little bench bat. Forrest Ponce, planning to get a better third baseman that can actually be a third baseman and get rid of him. Devin was just a placeholder. Sullivan should be our starting shortstop and a much better player next year. Vito can come back as a defensive, like Vito and Colby could be very cheap bench bats for us, bench outfielders. I would hate to bring them in without developing them more. I would also be willing to replace Vito for somebody else that maybe fits our chemistry structure a little better. Marv Panther, I don't hate bringing him back. He's a good defender, but he loses mojo on offense way too often. And with 99 contact, I'd expected way better for him. And he's also being paid $10.2 million, which I think is way too much. Giselle's gone, and Rocco, I don't think we can afford. If we have a good team, I don't think Rocco can be on it. I'd maybe keep him instead of Vito now that he lost Wild Thrower, but yeah, that's where I stand. Homer's not a bad fourth option, but he definitely needs more development, and I think we could go a better route with maybe a pitcher that has an elite pitch. Who knows? But yeah, that's the evaluation of the team from where I stand. I will still, let me actually do this. I'm going to export the league right here. Yeah, we'll do that. And after I've done that, I am going to simulate the playoffs. how do I want to do this? I'll simulate. I guess I'll still do the All-Star game. I'll wait to simulate the playoffs, and then at the end of the All-Star game, I'll simulate through the playoffs, and I'll do the re-sign period so that I can evaluate and do some scouting before we do the off season. That's what we'll do. So thank you for bearing with this absolutely ugly season we just experienced. Oh my God, it was exhausting to record through these. I know I should have probably simulated through some of those games and not watched them all the way through, but I felt like it was necessary for us to kind of see what kind of players we have, who we want to bring back. Like, I wouldn't even consider Vito Cummings or Rocco Marshall unless we saw what they did during the games, and there's a little bit of hope there. So thank you so much for bearing with me. I hope things get more exciting in season 2, but before we get there, we will be watching the All-Star game, and I hope that we can see some of our players like Jack Mars and Asher Garcia show up in that in the All-Star game. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.